So Brian, let me understand this. You're offering $59 to take a unit apart, clean it, and put a guarantee on it?
That's right.
Well, Brian, let's talk about the cleaning for a second. You guys offered at a great discounted price, but what all are you doing?
So we go through the entire unit from A to Z, top to bottom. It's actually a 62-point maintenance that we go through. Both the indoor unit, the furnace or the air handler, and the outside unit. First and foremost, we go through and we see how it's working. And then we go through and we take everything apart and we clean everything.
Okay.
You know, dirt, dust, and debris. It's the #1 killers of furnaces and air conditioners. And almost every time a breakdown is due to a lack of maintenance. Well, what good is a maintenance if we don't actually clean all the dirt out that's causing those breakdowns in the first place? We put it all back together and then go through and make sure everything's working in tip-top shape, saving you money on your electric bills, preventing those breakdowns, and ultimately helping your system last as long as possible.
I'd really like to go out and see one day.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we've got somebody here in the area. We can go pop in on one.
Hey, Brian, how's it going, man? It's good to see you.
This is Mr. Jim Dutton.
Hey, Mr. Dutton, Colin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was just telling him what we do on our tune-ups, and he asked if we could go pop in on one and take a look. So here we are.
I love it when people pop in. Most of the time the homeowners are here, but I actually just finished the performance baseline, which is kind of establishing the system before we get started with the cleanup. We want to make sure everything's working properly. That way we can show the homeowner the improvements that we make by the time the tune-up is done. Believe it or not, I was just getting ready to start with the first phase of actually cleaning, which is pulling apart the outdoor unit, getting it cleaned up, getting it tuned up. This one's a doozy. Let's go over there and take a look. Well, Brian, Jim, just before you guys pulled up, here's where I was getting ready to start on. This is the AC portion of the unit, half of it at least. I'm getting ready to pull it apart. We're gonna get it all cleaned up. As you can see, this system's been neglected a little bit. We're gonna get that cleaned up and make sure that by the time we're done here, the homeowner's not gonna have any concerns whatsoever. We're gonna make sure that this system's running as efficiently as possible. This unit sucks in air from the sides, and what it does, the way that it expels the heat, is up through the top. So we wanna make sure that you've got a good clean area around the space. We wanna make sure that these fins that are inside the unit as well are clean and free of debris. The better that this system can pull in air and expel the heat, the better efficiently the system's gonna run for the homeowners, as well as result in lower utility bills. Well, I'm gonna get started, guys. Feel free to watch and we'll get this thing cleaned up. You're gonna see a whole new system by the time we're done. What I'm doing right now is I put a solution on here that's gonna pull the dirt out of these fins. So we're gonna get this foam to pull the dirt out. When you see this thing, once I get it washed off and cleaned off, it's gonna look like a whole different coil. You know, when we come up into somebody's attic, a lot of times, you know, people think this is where the heater is or furnace. Believe it or not, half of your air conditioner is up here as well. One of the biggest things that that this component up here does is it moves all of the air through your home.
Right.
Whether it's in heating or cooling season. If we're not moving the proper amount of air, we're not gonna have the proper efficiency and we're not gonna have the longevity that we want. So pulling out this blower wheel is what I'm about to do now. And the reason why we do this is because of all the dirt and dust that is built up on there. Well, Jim, Brian, I finished getting this wheel cleaned up. As you can see, you guys saw how dirty and dingy it was before, black, you almost couldn't see any of the silver. This thing looks practically brand new.
Yeah.
Now the good thing is we were able to catch this before it became a problem. You know, when you have all that excess on there, it can result in rusting and pitting of these fins. And like same thing with the unbalance of the dirt, you can actually have the unbalance of the wheel on this as well. So ensuring that we pull and clean these each time we come out for a maintenance is key to increasing the longevity of a customer system.
Well, Brian, I appreciate you letting me come out and see one of your jobs.
Yeah, it's been great. I hope you saw really what differentiates us and really what makes our tune-up the best here in town.
Oh, that's a step above anything I've ever seen before. Really a big difference.
Yeah, it's a pleasure of ours to really give people put some money back into their pocket with their efficiency, and really glad we had the opportunity to show you what we do.
Well, how can people get in touch with you?
Best way is go to the website, theontimeexperts.com.
Okay.
And bevy of information on there. You can also click the Book Now button at the top, put in exactly what you need, and it drops right into our system. We can get out to you.
All right. Well, I'm going to get out of your hair. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jim.
Find out how to get this special tune-up and cleaning for only $59 when you go to thipro.com. And keep watching Texas Home Improvement.